Hello and welcome back to Factoria. I'm Iliander and today I'm going to be giving you the whirlwind tour of my mods for AngelBob in Space. I'm also going to try a new thing for file sizes and uploads. I'm going to try top quality and then recompressing, see if it helps. Anyway, so mods, what do we have? Ionicators, they're the inserter arrows which have directional things. They're beautiful. They're really useful with Bob's inserters because you just can see where everything's going for once. AI crafting tab moves everything into its own thingy, just an organizational thing. AI industry, I like it. Full AI automation thing, all the vehicles, all the bits and pieces. Aircraft, I've never built one, so I left it in. Alien biomes is a requirement for space exploration. Angels, everything except infinite ores, because it's not compatible with space exploration. And smelting patch, because it's actually a third-party one that I downloaded by accident. Bombardment remote, because, hey, why not? Auto deconstruct is, you've seen that in action already. It just is a really nice way to see when a miner has stopped being used. Auto research is the better research queue. It's better than the vanilla research queue, even after they added it. It's just so much nicer. Big Brother gives you super radars. Bobs, this is all the Bob stuff that I think is worth touching. Character classes is a bit buggy. Greenhouses are overpowered when you're using angels. I don't need the locale translations. Modules, I would, except that space exploration explicitly says no, it's doing its own ones. Alternate textures, I'm trying the original ones. Yeah, there we go. Bottleneck. Bottleneck is bottleneck. It's a wonderful little thing. Bullet trails is bullet trails. That really should get ascended, honestly. That should become vanilla. Anyways, Canal Builder is my preferred water fill. It lets everything swim slowly, but it only lets you build water next to water. So, yeah, it's the most balanced one I've found, so I go with it. Clean Concrete and Cover Up Updated are my make tiles pretty, because I do like being pretty. Once I get all the basics done, I do build pretty. Deadlock is crating and stacking, because, yeah, I want to try doing crated trains. Dectorio, because it's Dectorio, because I do like building pretty. That's just giving AI and aircraft their thingies. Disco Science, because it looks cool. Robots build automatic trains. Oh, yeah, that one. Yep, that's just a dependency of stuff. FNEI is FNEI. You've already seen me use it. Ghost in Hand is a lovely little thing, because it means when you run out, you just start placing ghosts, which once you've got construction bots all over the place, is beautiful, because it means they just come and fill it all in for you. Ghost Scanner is Ghost Scanner. It's just, because of LTN, it just lets you do so much. Grappling Gun is because of space exploration. Helicopters, I've never built one. I want to try it at some point. Hellmod is Hellmod. Train Honk, yeah, makes trains noisier. I like it. Hovercraft goes with Canal Builder. I've never built them. I'd like to see what they're like. Induction charging looks really good. Again, I've never built any because I've never got that far in a modded run, so I want to see what it's like. Train tweaks, that just makes Angel's pretty trains have the same stats as Bob's Mark III trains rather than the basic vanilla trains, which means that you actually use them, hopefully, maybe, if I ever get there. Light Cone is a better torch. Logistics Request Manager lets you save and load logistics request slot loadouts. So when I get to those, if I get to those, I'll be able to go, okay, give me internal base building or rail laying or whatever. LTN easier makes LTN stations use brown circuits rather than white circuits, because when you're using Angels mods, logistics should be brown circuits, not white circuits. Then there's LTN itself, which is lovely. Then there's the GUI for LTN, which just lets you know what's going on with it. Merv, I've never built these. I think they will work with space exploration quite nicely. I don't think I'm running with ion cannons. I think I'm using these instead. Mad Clown, all of Mad Clown, because it's fun. Small players, I love this one. It's so much nicer than Squeak Through, in my opinion, because instead of adjusting the bounding boxes and collision boxes of everything else, it just does the player, which means you can squeeze between some buildings, but you still can't walk through pipes, and you just look so much better. That's just a quality of life thing for when you're playing with Angels, and specifically Angels Petro. Yeah, it just does what it says on the tin. I'm not using nanobots because they crash for me when I'm using tiles. Natural evolution buildings and enemies, because hey, why not more biter mods? Let's make them really, really scary at high evolution. Nixie Tubes is just a nice simple displays numbers and displays letters. That's another library. Pavement drive assist. If I ever drive manually ever again, then that will be lovely, but honestly with AI I probably don't need it. Power grid comb is power grid comb. It does what it says on the tin. It makes things pretty. Rampant is rampant. Yeah, it makes biters tough. Rampant Arsenal gives some fun, more defensive buildings, including ones that don't shoot over walls. Sorry. Things like shotgun turrets and cannon turrets don't shoot over walls. Recursive blueprints is recursive blueprints because, well, why not? If I ever get to that stage, then I will make my base a grey goo, because, yeah, why not? Robot attrition is required for space exploration. Robot replacer is just nice when you're running with Bob's mods, because Bob's bots. Small night vision, because it's a really good idea. It should be the case anyway. Space exploration stuff is space exploration stuff. Yeah, stack size combinator. This is just a lovely little thing because it means you can avoid doing a bunch of maths. Tiny start. This is what I use instead of nanobots. It gives you 20 construction bots, a couple of personal roboports, and enough to power them for a bit. I like it. I would use nanobots if they didn't crash on me, because I do tiling things. So yeah, that's my mod pile. Now, mod settings. I like the crash sequence. I think it looks pretty. Unit remote controller is it's one circuit. It's not a big deal. Start with a miner. It's just such a nice start. Aircraft are all defaults because I've never actually got to them. Alien biomes. Everything's on. Cab, I may build one eventually at some point. Icon scaling is important. I've no idea what those do. They're off by default, so I've left them there. Hide converter recipes is just saving my mess in the thingy. Most of these are defaults. I'm just going to scroll down sort of slowly. I've turned off the Bob's Burner and Steam stage because AI Industries does one, and the AI Industries one is better, basically. And I've tried to turn off some of the things that are also in Angels, so that I don't have too many different buildings to do the same thing, but I'm not sure if it's actually worked. alien artifacts do come out. I don't have the super spawner on because I've died too many times on this mod setting that I'm just going, nope, I want my biters to scale slowly. I am using the transport belt overhaul and the roboport overhaul and the roboport overhaul. Yes, I am using the roboport overhaul. I'm also using the inserter overhaul, and I've also turned off the vanilla roboports, so I'm entirely running on the modular ones. Let's see. Anything interesting here? No, not really. I don't have the large area mining drills turned on because they just clutter everything, and honestly, I wouldn't use them. Steam mining drill, no. This stuff is all overridden by angels anyway. Yeah, I've turned off my burner and oil heat sources because honestly, I like that heat is a nuclear thing. Yeah, I've turned off the burner power phase for Bob's tech. I've left the science colours the way they are because I'm used to them. Yeah, what else is there? Stacking and loaders. So when you stack, I've got it set to 4. It's the lowest setting. I would disable this if it would actually disable cleanly, but something in the disable belt box messes up. I've actually included it for the loaders because I like loaders for some things. I don't tend to use them for assemblers much, but also the Deadlocks ones are expensive. They're seriously expensive. Yep. Bob's integration, Dectorio. I've turned off decoratives, waterfill and landscaping. Mostly because they don't interact well with AI automation. And waterfill, I've got something else. I'm using the Dectorio hazard concrete style because yay. Helicopters as default, hovercrafts. Those seem like reasonable grid dimensions for when you combine it with Bob's vehicles. So yeah. I've left those at default. That's default. I've no clue what that does. True by default, so left. No infinites are turned on. Mad clowns are all turned on. This is just nice. Artifact collector radius, which is one of the best buildings in Natural Evolution if you've got alien artifacts turned on, because it just automatically picks up all those pink things. I've got Scorched Earth turned off because I've got biomes turned on and I don't want it to interact badly. Challenge mode is off because I die too much on these settings anyway. I want to get to the end. Rampant is rampant with lots of settings, and these guys set to go as high as possible with everything. But I've got my evolution set quite low, so hopefully they'll scale up about as quickly as vanilla, but the top end will be further away because it's bigger. That's the intent anyway. Rampant Arsenal, I'm using colliding projectiles because yeah, that's going to make things interesting. Electric boiler, yeah, that's defaults. And I didn't use Marathon Start because, quite frankly, it feels a bit cheaty. Map settings. Yeah, whatever. Defaults. If I ever go to bot mining, that will be nice. Defaults. I've got cover up set to permanent removal. So if I start paving over ore, the ore is gone. Defaults pretty much. Defaults. that sounds cool. Defaults mostly. I turned down the depot inactivity because honestly that isn't a big deal. I want them to move out quickly. I like a 2-second display delay. Default thresholds are 1,000. Timeout of 2 minutes. Timeout of 5 minutes. I think that's 5 minutes. Or is that 10 minutes? Yeah, whatever. Delivery completes at requester. I like this setting because as soon as the train leaves the requester, i.e. it's finished its delivery and is headed back to the depot, another train can go out to take its place. It makes things a little bit quicker, but you need your depot to be correct. Yeah, 2-second inactivity is always good. Depots reset filters, yep. Default network ID, yep. LTN tracker, I've disabled the alerts for underloaded trains because honestly early on it just gets irritating. Pavement drive assist, those settings don't actually really matter anymore because AI automation sort of takes it away. Let's see, I've turned on building safety for rails and signals and nothing else. So tracks are safe, power isn't. Stops aren't. Yeah. Because it seems like a sensible thing for biters to not attack tracks. And if they don't attack tracks, then I really don't want them attacking signals because that will just mess everything up. Yeah. Other than that, all the big powerful stuff at the end is oh, that's why they come in. Siege parties and raiding parties. Yeah, those are unpleasant, but hey, it's cool. Robot attrition, space exploration. Then per player, I've got it set to automatically make the AI drive because honestly, I've got a remote. I just tell the vehicle to go somewhere. Auto research, I could do that, but I just do it in game regardless. Defaults. Defaults. Defaults and doesn't matter. Defaults and defaults. So yeah. In terms of game settings, I turned. Oh, what did I do? I turned pollution down to 1 and time down to 0, and I made the starting area a bit bigger. And I turned the max cooldown up, but I don't think I touched the minimum. And yeah, that would be it. Thank you. I hope some of you found this useful information somehow. And yeah, I will get back to playing, so hit the buttons and hope you enjoy the next one. Have a good one.